Last night, I was cooking dinner. Little ground beef, nothing crazy. Little ground beef, Brussels sprouts, rice. And I literally thought to myself, right now, this seems like it's a giant waste of time. How do I make this an opportunity to build?
So all of us are jugglers. We have 12 balls. 9 of them are rubber. 3 of them are glass. You've gold, silver, bronze. Never drop the golden glass ball.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2179, every day is a game of priorities. This is kind of a part 2 to what we talked about yesterday, because I feel like we were in a good spot when we were talking about the percentages. And I actually did that on my Instagram story today. I was talking about how right now, if it's 50-50, you're 50% building, 50% hanging out, you're most likely not building a brighter future. It's essentially, you can really only build... Okay, let's imagine there's place A and place B. You're trying to build the nicest house possible. If you spend 80% of the time in place A, place B's house is going to be not good. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a nice house. If you spend 80% in place B, it's going to be a lot nicer than place A. That's how I think of it, because you can really only spend time at one place at a time. So last night, I was making dinner. And it seems like a giant waste of time just cooking, because I'm not going to really do anything else, right? I can't really type. I can't really work. But what I can do is listen to a book. And I would much rather listen to music when I'm cooking. It'd be awesome. I like listening to a little tunage while I'm cooking. But I listen to Thinking in Bets while I cooked. And I said, okay, that is time that usually would go as not building. Now it's something that I can do to build. And I think that's a really big win. And if you can gamify your growth, I think you're going to be in a better place. Nobody wants to do cardio, but if you do cardio and you learn while you do cardio, you're really growing. You're multiplying growth as opposed to not doing that. So that's my thesis in today's episode.
Your brain also retains it better while you're exercising. The neuroscience shows that while you're walking, as long as it's not an intense all-out sprint or HIIT training, high-intensity interval training, your brain retains information while walking better because of the blood flow. I used to do cardio with a book at all times during fitness prep, and I feel like a lot of that stuff that I memorized early on, the 15 invaluable laws of growth, essentialism, atomic habits, the compound effect, I feel like a lot of those early years were spent just doing fitness and learning.
I feel like that's why I know so much about Parks and Rec, because during bodybuilding prep, I watched Parks and Rec every time I was on the treadmill. Okay. Every single time.
All right. So this is not going to be fun. And I am, whatever. You're not here for fun. You're here to get better. I wish I could show you the version of Kevin who listened to books instead of Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I wish I could show you your life and how different it would have been. Dude, I wish I could introduce us to you and me fucking 8 years ago.
But that's why it's so hard to land, because you can't give me, I mean, I understand, obviously, but you can't give me one thing that would be different.
Yes,
everything would.
Let's do lists. Let's do a list of things.
Okay,
that would be
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, think of all the books you've read.
Yeah.
Now get rid of all of them. You don't know any of that. You don't know the 4 tendencies. You don't know the compound effect. You don't know the 84 million 0.1% improvement. You don't know atomic habits. You don't know how to change your habits. You don't even know what metrics and habits are. You don't know what most important skill is. You don't have any. It's at one point we had no idea. And I mean, the collective we.
But what I'm saying is I do know that. What am I missing from not doing that earlier? It's hard to quantify that. You know what I mean? Like, what would be different in my life if instead of investing, let's say it was,
yeah, go ahead.
Let's say it was 3 months of prep. Let's say it was 90 cardio sessions. Let's say it was 90 hours. If I invested 90 hours into books as opposed to Parks and Rec, how would my life be different?
This is why it's so hard to quantify. Every decision you made from then until now would have been a little better.
Right.
And therefore the outcomes would have been a little better. The compound effect would have worked a little better. I think looking forward, it's very hard to understand the implications of your choices. What's a choice you made 10 years ago that changed everything?
10 years ago? I was 26 10 years ago. That's wild. Quitting my job? That was 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Okay. How much sooner would you have done that had you... Remember when we were talking about mining for Bitcoin in 2007 and you said, well, wait a minute, I would never have done that because I wasn't around those people. You made a joke about you were making devices to smoke weed in the woods.
Yes.
I had a moment thinking to myself, yeah, that's so true. I wish that I could...
Good decisions compound.
They compound.
And you can't... I don't know how to measure that.
I wonder to myself, when did I start becoming the man that could be with Emilia? And this is one of those really weird things where technically when I was born.
Right.
But where do you... It's like 26 was the biggest change for me. But that doesn't mean I didn't have 1,000 little changes, more than 1,000, 10,000 little changes along the way. How long have we been alive? You're 36, right?
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. I love the numbers. 36 years times 365 days. That's 13,140 days. If I were to throw that in a financial calculator, it would be mind-blowing if you do the math. So let's do this. So Kevin's been alive for 13,140 days. 13,140 days. Obviously, your birthday wasn't yesterday, so bear with me.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to put $1 in a financial bank account, financial calculator, and we're going to grow it by 0.1%. So you have $505,000. Now let me show you what happens if you don't get better. Let's say you only get better half the time. So $550,000 or $505,000 becomes. Do you want to guess?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I'm gonna guess 17,000. It might not even be that high.
$711.
That's that it could never land. That's why it can never land.
When you say, I feel like I would hate my life, brother, I would hate my life if I took Sundays off. You have no idea how much farther ahead I'm going to be in building.
I still don't know if I would do it though.
You would if you saw how drastic. You would.
I don't think so. This is where you and I have a fundamental misbelief. If you're out there right now,
you don't think you're not going to regret reaching your full potential? Of course you will. Everybody pays the piper eventually.
I think that is an obsession for you that is a blind spot.
Well,
for sure. For sure. This is the test.
It's like in Talladega Nights. I built my whole life on that, Dad. Like, what do you mean? If you're not first, you're last. It's like the second, third. Hell, you even be fifth. It's like I built my whole life on that. It's ridiculous.
If you're out there right now, this is the question. If for the next 365 days you had to wake up every single day at 6 a.m., work from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m., and then at the end of the year you got $1 million, would you do it?
Of course. Of course. And by the way, what if you kind of like what you're doing from 6 to 6?
Well, that's different.
That's not different. That's how you build a fucking career.
Well, I understand, but that's why I think so many people are, when they hear something like that, it's heavy because they're thinking, well, I don't fucking like my job, guys.
Okay,
I don't like what I'm doing.
Real quick,
necessarily.
The only way you're ever going to like your job is if you use the one you have to build enough wealth to go get another one. You build a resume. I had jobs I hated.
Of course.
But hopefully as you grow, you hate your job less and less. First of all, everyone hates their job. That's the start. Everyone starts there. I was a busboy in a car kit. I fucking hated my job. But you have to get a job and you're a kid and you don't know shit. So you deal with what you deal with. And then hopefully as your career progresses and you climb the metaphorical ladder, you hate your job less and less. That's like the goal of building a career. So you can do more and more of what you are fulfilled, what's meaningful, and less and less and less. I think it depends what you're orienting for. Like, are you orienting for fun or for meaning? And the 505,000, did you think it was going to be $700?
No, I thought it was going to be like at least 10,000. I was thinking.
Okay, that needs to be explained by you. Because I
fucking can't.
I see people's potential. Listeners, viewers, I see your potential. I see what's possible mathematically for you. And it makes me very upset to see people sad and unhappy and unfulfilled and broke and despondent when they could actually win. You actually could win. You don't need to be a goddamn superhero to run the fundamentals.
That's fair.
I have people that are wildly mediocre that are crushing it in life. Like, they're nothing special, and I'm not trying to be unkind. There's no reason why people can't live a meaningful, fucking awesome life. It drives me nuts. Especially in certain abundant countries. Like, I get, there are people that are living magnificent lives, even with worse circumstances. I know someone who had no arms and no legs. She's living a better life than half the people I fucking know. It's like, God damn it. It's so frustrating to see people squander their fucking potential, dude. Like, you could have been anything, and now you are achieving your dreams, and it's like, you're not fucking that special.
I know.
So what the fuck? You know, it's not like you did anything crazy. You just did a little bit of work each day. It's not that fucking hard, man.
But it doesn't seem crazy to you, but Next Level Nation, what is happening? If you've thought to yourself, I want to try coaching, but you don't really know where to start, group coaching would be a wonderful place for you. That's really why we created it in the first place. We start a new round every 90 days. So if you're hearing this, go to the website, nextleveluniverse.com, and we have the landing page where you can actually hold your spot right now. Even if there's a group going on right now, you can still lock your spot for the next one. The biggest thing that we've seen is as we get closer and closer to the date, unfortunately, some people end up missing. The group fills up and they can't do it, and then they end up regretting that. So please head over to the website. The link will be in the show notes, and we would love to see you there. You know how many times I've been interviewed and people are like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what you did? It happens all the time.
And what do you say? It's not that fucking big a deal.
It's not that big a deal now, but at the time it was everything. At the time it was everything.
Yeah.
In retrospect,
I just want to see people win. That's what
I know.
I just can't watch people
the honest
suffer
truth is,
anymore,
it
man.
is a bigger risk for other people than it is for you. It just doesn't feel like it. It is.
But the biggest risk is not trying.
I agree.
Okay.
But two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Two things can be true at the same time. Maybe not to the same degree.
The biggest risk was you not learning this stuff. The biggest risk is not listening to a book. The book you don't read can't help.
I agree.
The podcast
it's about moving. So every day is a game of priorities. It's about moving the priorities in the right direction. You may never, if you're out there, you may never be 95.5. You may never be 95.5. But if you know what you're more likely to be, you're more likely to be 95.5 in the wrong direction than 95.5 in the right one.
Who's someone you're certain, first name only, that they're going to win? Certain. You're like, they're just going to succeed.
Brandon.
Okay. Why do you think Brandon will win?
Because the syntax of this and the priorities on the day-to-day basis have gone from, I don't know what, you'd have a better idea than I, 20-80 to 80-20 or whatever.
Okay.
40-60 to 60-40, that.
And do you think that everyone is capable? Well, okay, not everyone, but
I would say if you're listening to this podcast, you're capable of moving it in the right direction.
Nice.
I think it's a conversation about fulfillment. I don't know if 95.5 is fulfilling for everybody.
You don't have to go all the way to 95.5.
I know.
But you can't have it 95.5 the other way.
No, that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
That is a recipe. That life looks really fucking good on social media. But behind the scenes, it is empty and it is lonely, and you know you could be doing more. If you know you could be doing more, move the needle in the right direction. That's it.
Do you ever not know that?
That I could be doing more?
Yeah. I don't think there's a moment in time where I don't feel like I could be doing more. Not should, but could be doing more. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's always haunting us. Like, that's not unique to me. You always, I mean, if you
I think it's probably a different degree.
To a different degree, right? Yeah.
Today,
but we all have that voice, that higher self that says, come on. You got to go to the gym today.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that higher self that is advocating for you to build.
But that's the hard thing, is the path of least resistance is the path you take the most often. So if every time that voice comes up, you say, tomorrow, it's really easy to say tomorrow.
I tried to drink it away.
How did that go?
No, I tried to, I'm telling you, give me 3 shots And that voice would shut up for like an hour.
Well, I think everybody finds their way to, whether it's an excuse or whether it's a justification or I'll do it tomorrow, I don't feel so hot today, whatever it is. Like you will find a way to make it sound.
How did you shut it off? I used alcohol. What'd you do? Everybody has one, by the way, FYI. Everyone has an escape. Mine was booze.
I would probably just say I like where I'm at. I'm more successful than I thought I was going to be. I'm not that smart.
I thought you said it was weed. I thought weed would help you escape.
I think weed helped me escape, but I always got up the next day and did the thing. You know?
Yeah, but didn't it make you more content?
No, it made me more relaxed at the end of a long day. Not content. No, I still got up and did the thing.
But the thing is a metaphorical thing. So
I still got up and
put it all on the court, right? Can we be fair?
I got up and built.
Okay.
No, I definitely didn't put it all on the court. No.
So
no.
Kevin Palmieri's life, 36 years.
But it was so much more than I had ever put on the court. That's the fucking problem.
Oh.
I was, dude, when we started, I was grinding. Now, compared to today, it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. But at the time, I was so far outside of my comfort zone. I was grinding. We were doing podcast episodes. That was me leaving it all on the court.
It was?
Not all. The most I had ever left.
Yeah.
The most I had ever left on the court. Yeah, for sure.
You putting it all on the court now?
I had a moment last night where I was like, you got more. Come on.
Yeah. Nice. We've been letting it ride a little bit. Tiny bit
I noticed this, and maybe you'll resonate with
I think
this.
we got too much money in the bank. I think we need to get rid of some of
No,
that.
I'm
obviously
telling you.
joking. I'm joking. No, we're going to invest it. We're going to invest it.
When I get super overwhelmed, I shut down. My natural tendency is to I need to find safety.
Yeah.
Not even.
I want to make this as clear as possible. I want to reinvest it back in the company. I'm being playful. We have too much cash on hand. There's no such thing as too much money. That's not what I meant. I want to make that as clear as possible.
I want to make something as clear as possible. There's also no such thing as too much cash on hand. Thank you so much.
No, there is though.
I know, but for you,
that is absolutely false.
For you, there is.
Cash on hand just sitting there is wasting time and wasting money because you can invest your money.
But certainty, build certainty.
I know, but there is such thing as too much certainty.
I agree. But
it's
you and I have
too much certainty equals certainty.
We have very different definitions of that, you and I. But I had a moment today where it was like, it's so fucking heavy right now.
Yeah.
It's so fucking heavy. Like I'm so overwhelmed just constantly.
You're in your anxieties. You're closer to your anxiety zone than
I'm in it.
Right.
I'm in it. I know when I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I can't fall back asleep, like that is the tell of, hey,
okay,
we're in it. We're in it.
We did a coaching call. You were like, oh, I think I'm good again. Now you're back in it.
Well, we did macro on the coaching call. I need micro. I need some micro shit, some day-to-day stuff.
Micro shifts.
I need some because that's the thing about this. Dude, we could do a 5-hour episode on this. That's the hard thing is when you're under the weight of the pressure so much, it might not be a long 12-hour building day. You might hit too much depth too quickly and you have to come up for air. And that's something that people don't, nobody talks about that.
Well, remember the zones? You have your comfort zone in the center. And then you have your growth zone. And then you have your anxiety zone. I think that I was on with Cole earlier, one of my clients, and I said, I think I'm in my comfort zone right now. I don't like it.
God, I don't understand. I'm in my anxiety zone. I don't know how the fuck you're in your comfort zone. Not yucking your yum, just from
not yucking my yum. I just feel like things are really good. I feel good.
Things are really good and
I'm not
terrible.
About it. I want to make it harder.
Well, make it harder.
On me.
On you?
Not on you. Yeah, and I said this to Cole. I said, I think when I'm in my comfort zone, I try to make it harder to get to the next level. I want to get to the next level. And you know what else, too? I had a couple things open up recently. I used to do all those metrics meetings. Now Christina's doing all those. I mean, I've opened up a lot of space on purpose so that we can get to the next level. This is by design. I'm not just chilling. But I definitely feel like I've got some extra in the tank right now. Now, I guarantee you when I hit the next level, I'll be struggling again, and then I'll grow. We all have a trauma window, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Your trauma window for squatting heavy weight is much higher than mine. If I squat 250, it's in my challenge zone. It's my growth zone. For you, that's easy. That's a warm up.
So that's not a warm up, but it's
Okay,
not
fair.
It's not anxiety zone.
It's a good metaphor. What if in business, what I can handle, like, dude, I was doing 54 coaching sessions, trainings, and podcasts per week for a few weeks there. I was fucking dying.
I believe it.
And now 48, it's like, oh, cool.
Well, it's compared to you're coming down, not down, but
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm saying yes to so many things that it's like, I'll figure this out.
Yeah, you're
All right. We gotta hop, because speaking of saying yes to so many things, I have a coaching call right now with one of our amazing clients. Dreamliner, we'll have the link in the show notes. Journal your way to success one day at a time. Honestly, you can't really journal your way to success because you still have to do the work, but journaling can be a part of that. And then we have a meetup tomorrow night. What's it on, good sir?
setting up your environments for success so that you can handle more and get to the next level. And if your environment is not set up for success, you're in some serious trouble. So I had a client last piece. I know you got to go. Client said, I saw the picture of your office and I was super jealous. I was like, whoa, I never thought in a million years anyone would ever be jealous of my office. That's the coolest shit I've ever heard. My office is set up very, very well for success. And I'm going to unpack all the little nuances of how I've set my life up for success so that I could reach a new level each time.
All right, cool. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.